Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Sanders, and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. This is the 200th Art Watch Sci video, and so today, what I thought would be a good idea to do is have the current state of the collection. What is it called? The SOTC, State of the Collection. Okay, we're going to do that today. And so I thought I'd do it this way. I'm going to start off with my vintage watches. I only have three that I really consider to be part of my collection. And so let's take a look at them. The first one I have in a little winder. This is my Zenith Elite GMT. And it was my first GMT that I got a few years ago. And this watch has been a wonderful watch. One of the things, too, for collectors, you might want to look at the Elite. The El Primero is the one everybody talks about and wants, but the Elite has got a nice little movement in it, too. My next one is, my next vintage watch is my Bovet Monorattrapont. And a Monorattrapont is the sound of one hand clapping. What it does is that the Rattrapont goes down to a certain point after you push the chronograph button, and at some point you push the button on the bottom, and it stops. And then when you let it go, it jumps to where the second one would be. Anyhow, it's been a wonderful watch. This is from like about 1940. By the way, too, this was from 1990. My final vintage is Patek Philippe Calatrava. And this Calatrava is a reference 3468. It's from 1968. And this has just been a wonderful watch. It keeps perfect time. And it's a very, very much of an understated, and I like to think of it as an elegant watch. Now, the next group of watches are my newest ones. I had in 2018, 2018, and already in 2019, I've gotten three watches that I had since the last review. The first one that I got was this Maurice Lacroix masterpiece, and the reason I got it is because it has this 736 movement. It's a Jacquet 736, and it turns out that Maurice Lacroix is a much better watchmaker than I realized, and the watch has been really great. And as you can see back there, or in the picture there, the movement is a shape movement. It's a same tonneau shape as the case, which is extremely important. The next important watch I got, and I got this here, this is my Frederick II by Langenheim. And it has this absolutely gorgeous movement in the back that you can see. It has something called a trigonal bridge. And instead of having a lot of plates and bridges, it's got this little trigonal bridge, and you can see most of the movement and everything else about it. It's really a gorgeous watch. Somebody suggested that I ought to do a whole video on this watch, and I think I will, because it has so many interesting things about it. Now, the final one is, I got this on a trade, and it's sort of an unusual trade. This is a Christian Vanderklaas Series 1974. And a friend of mine got this, and brand new, and decided that he didn't want it or actually wanted one of mine more, so he traded it for it, and that's how I got it's really, like I said, it's a brand new Christian Vanderklaas Series 1974, and I traded my old El Leroy for it. But my old El Leroy, I miss it, but, you can't have everything. Okay. Now, the next group of watches I want to take a look at are my tonneau-shaped watches, are sort of tonneau-shaped. Now, we already looked at the Maurice Lacroix, and so here are the other ones. This one is a Parmigiani Fleurier Culpa. And this Culpa I got, actually I got it from, I think it was from eBay. and or Chrono 24, one of the two. And the thing that's interesting about this, it's a stainless steel watch, and it's got a great metal bracelet on it. But in the back, you can probably see it better over there. It has a 22 karat gold rotor in it. Later on, they for the same model, they changed a little, and they started putting in tungsten rotors. So this was a watch that it took me months to get this watch. I kept offering the guy something, and he kept turning me down, and finally the poor guy, just out of sheer exhaustion, plus the fact that nobody else was interested in it, that was how I got it. Now, this watch was one of the early ones I got, and this is a very special one. It has an unusual shape to it. I think it's a trapezoid shape, and I'll call it Tonneau. And this is the second model that Vacheron Constantin made of their Vacheron Constantin 1972. It even has that shape on the buckle in the back. What happened in 1972, they won the Prestige de France. They came out with a model of a watch with this trapezoid element to it. And then they came out with a new one in 1999, and that was this model. And this one was from 2000. It's the same model. And they had another new model that came out, just a gorgeous one in 2013. And now they got rid of the line. I guess it just wasn't doing that well. But to me, it's a wonderful watch, and I'm glad I have it. Okay, my final tonneau shape watch is my H. Moser at C. That's the name of it, Henry double hairspring. This watch is a very important one to me. It has something quite unique called the double hairspring. And the reason for the double hairspring is because it goes this way to offset the torque of the opposite, and this way it keeps the stem of the balance centered, and so they help in the accuracy of the time. Unfortunately, they quit making this particular model because I wrote them and asked them why. They said it was too expensive to produce the things. And so now they just have them in limited editions on a watch they call the Swiss Alps. All right, now the next group of watches that I want to take a look at have something special about them. They have some special functions. This one is my Parmigiani Fleurier Tonda Hemispheres. They have this big long name. Now it looks like it's got a little movement in there, but it's not. It's just the way it's an offset one, and the movement goes all the way back into here, and you can see it really when you look at the watch itself. It has dual time and dual night and day, and of course it also has the date too. So this watch has a lot of tricks to it. And I like to wear it when I travel, and then I can take a look at it and what the current date is, or the local date, and then what it is at home. And with the night and day, I don't call my friends at 3 o'clock in the morning because I don't know whether it's day or night there. This watch has been wonderful. One of the special things about this, a friend of mine got me this great band for it. The color didn't quite have the red and the black, and so he found this one in a bespoke in a Paris band maker called AB&P Concepts in Paris. So if you want a neat band, that's one place you can take a look at. Now the next one that is special in that respect, this is my Harry Winston Premier by Retrograde. And two things that are special about it. One, the Harry Winston shape, and it's got these what are really the pillars from the front of the original Harry Winston on Fifth Avenue, rose gold. But the thing that I most like about it, it's got two movements by two different movement makers. One is by Girard-Perregaux, which is the timekeeping movement. But the special one I like is by Agenhor. Agenhor, I think I say it always wrong, but The design of the retrograde, the bi-retrograde, is by Jean-Marc Wiederreich, who is one of the best watchmakers in the world. The other special one is my FP Journe, what's that called? Chronomet Resonance. And this one is really two watches, and that they put in here, two movements that they integrated, and they coordinated through the process of resonance. And how that works is really interesting. I did a video on it if you want to look it up. But this watch is more fun. I just love this watch. Also, too, it's from 2002, and in 2002 they still had the brass movement plates and bridges. In 2005 they went to solid gold. Now you might say, "Oh, it's too bad you got the brass one." Not this time. They didn't make that many, and it turns out to be relatively rare, and the price of these things went through the ceiling. So it's not going to affect me because I want to keep it. But it's nice to know. Okay. So those are my three watches that have something special about the movement. Now, my last four watches are all different, but they have some really special features to them. This watch, I love wearing this watch. This is an FP Journe Chronomet Souverain, and this is the platinum version of it, and it has the gold movements and the gold movement plates and bridges in the back. So it's after 2005. This is from 2007. In 2005, this particular model won the men's award at the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève. And it's a simple watch. It's got a power reserve indicator, a little small seconds. I don't use the small seconds anyway, or the big seconds. I just use it for the time, and it's just a nice watch. It's got a Guilloche in the middle, and then it has the blued hands, and very clean, very simple, wonderful watch. I really enjoy wearing it. Another award-winning watch that I got, and this was much less crazy expensive, is this Harbring 2 Felix. And the Harbring 2 Felix won the award, I don't know, a few years ago. I think it was 2015 or so, in what's called the Patek Aiguille. And this, of all my watches, it's not anywhere near the most expensive. In fact, these things are relatively low in price. In-house movement called the Felix, or A11. And this keeps perfect time. This watch is just crazy accurate. A lot of fun to have. The next one is one that people seem to like a lot, and this is Vacheron Constantin Easter Reeks Americain 1921. And this watch has the offset crown up here, up at it looks like it's about 1 o'clock. And this is for a driving watch, so when your arm is like that, you can look at it when it's on the steering wheel and see the time. At least that's the idea behind it. The final one, and this is a case of certainly not, well, they're all the best. I like them all so much. This one is an extremely comfortable watch to wear, and the reason I mention it, this is the Bovet, what's it called? The Bovet 1930. Bovet 1930 Fleurier. There are two models, the Fleurier and the Demier model of this. The Demier has the regular kinds of lugs and attachments to the strap. But somebody said, well, if you're going to get a watch like that, you might as well get one with a bow and crown. So I did. The best decision I ever made. However, the Demier, it turns out, is more popular because people like the more traditional ones. This watch, I just love this watch. I usually have it sitting up on my desktop, and I just use it sort of like a little desk watch. It just sits there like that. It's great. It's old too. It's a 7-day watch. This is most of my watches are hand wound. A few of them aren't, but the great majority of them are hand wound, and so 7 days means a good deal. Well, anyway, so that's my collection as of today, and love to hear any comments you have. Say, hey, maybe I ought to think about this or that. Some of the ones I've thought about adding to my collection. One is a Rolex Cellini Prince. I like that. The movement on that thing is this beautiful little movement they have. Another one is the Harboring 2. It's called the Doppel Felix. That thing is an amazing watch. It won another Grand Prix award this last year. Beautiful watch. Rattrapant. Love to have it. And a final one is one I just sort of gotten a wild hair for. Vacheron Constantin. I think it's the year. It's another one with the year, 1942. It's a triple calendar, 1942. Beautiful watch. Just a sweet little watch. And I'm pretty sure, as a matter of fact, it's got the same 4400 movement that my Historique American 1921 has. And so I'll have two. all of my Vacheron Constantins will have a date, 1972, 1921. Then this one, it's either 1942 or 1949, something like that. But those are ones I've been thinking about. But the other thing too, I love H. Moser's so much. Those are such good watches. And if I win the lottery, I have a lot more standing by that I would love to have. But right now, I didn't get any watches to speak of in 2018 because I got so many in 2017. This year, I had planned to get what I planned to get, and what I ended up getting weren't exactly the same. But I got watches I really liked. My Tristan van der Klaauw, and which was not part of the plan, but the trade, I got it on a trade, and I really enjoy it. This is the one that I wanted the most for a long time, and I really enjoy it quite a bit. I'm looking into watches by Rolf Lang, this guy's father, so I may be looking at those too. There's some other German watches I have my eye on. So anyway, like I said, love to hear from you. Your comments are always important to me. And also, too, this is an invitation to subscribe if you'd like. And until Sunday, when we're having a watch review on Sunday. We're getting more and more of these. So if you have watch collection like reviewed, send it in. There's a little video we have on it you can take a look at. Hope to see you Sunday.